Hey guys, my name is VS Lightning or Doom VS. You can call me Doom VS Lightning if that tickles your fancy, but today what you're going to be watching is a triple free-for-all MOAB on mission, and this is a very unique and interesting gameplay, something you don't see very often. I think it's only been done 2 or 3 times before. Either way, it's a really cool and rare gameplay. The class setup he has right now is an M4A1. He's using the red dot and the silencer, and for his secondary he has an MP9 that's silenced. He has C4 and a portable radar, and then for his perks he has Scavenger, Hardline, Stalker, all those pro, and then for his specialist unlocks he has Sleight of Hand, Sitrep, and Marksman. And then of course after you get that, then you get the specialist bonus, which gives all perks. But that's his class setup, and I figured I would talk a little bit actually about his channel personally instead of just mentioning him as I usually do in these videos. And his name is DooM Rinaldi. A lot of you guys might know him. He's really well known for free-for-all gameplays. That's mostly what he runs in. I think free-for-all is just his game mode. It's what he likes the best, so that's the kind of gameplays he goes for. Over on his channel, though, he has other MW3 doubles and triple MOABs. On Black Ops 2, he has a few different nuked outs with different weapons. For those of you guys who don't know what it is, that's 30 gun kills in a row. It's just getting a nuclear in free-for-all without dying. It's a pretty impressive gameplay, and he does it with different guns, for instance the MTAR, and just some of the guns that you don't see quite as much. When it comes to Ghost, he has a couple nice doubles in free-for-all, and a lot of people didn't think that doubles and triples in free-for-all were really possible since the kill max is 30 kills. But for those of you who don't know how you do it, is you get the first one, you call it in, and then you back out before it goes off and ends the game, and then you join session back into that same game. And you'll see it happen in this game 2 times because it's a triple. Then you go on to get the other MOABs or chems depending on what game you're playing on. So I did speed some of this up just to save a little bit of time, and I didn't want to cut anything out. And some of you guys might notice that when he's picking his class, the classes are a different color. It's just, I don't know if it's a mod or a hack, but it doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. The only thing it does is changes the color of the class names. That's all it does. I just wanted to clarify that so none of you guys called shenanigans on it. But let's get into the topic that I want to talk about today, and it's not so much of a topic. I really just want to talk about my top 10 favorite camos from any Call of Duty. Most of them are DLC, some of them are stock from the game, but I'm just going to mention each one and then talk about why I like that. So starting at number 10, Fall from MW2. Now this camo, the really only reason I like it is because it signified that you got all the headshots needed, the max amount of headshots for camos, because in MW2, to get the different camos, you'd have to get a certain amount of headshots, like 15 headshots would unlock one, 30 would unlock one, and so on and so forth, and Fall was the last one you unlocked. They didn't add golden, and that leads into my next favorite camo, which is the golden camo from Black Ops 1. And the only reason that I picked the Black Ops 1 golden one is because not only was it the first Call of Duty that a golden camo was released on to set the trend for the future Call of Duties, but it also showed that you got to 15th prestige in Black Ops 1, which is the highest for that game. And I'm just a big fan of being able to show off different things that I've done. Aside from the emblem that shows that you're 15th prestige, it was just nice to have a camo that not a lot of other people had. So moving on to number 7, it's Party Rock from Black Ops 2, one of the first DLC camos I'm talking about. And the only reason that I really like this one is simply because it has zebra on it. I'm a big fan of zebras, and that kind of hints towards one of my other favorite camos, but I'll get to that in a minute. Moving on to number 6, I have Dragon, which is another Black Ops 2 DLC camo. The reason I like this one is not only because it looks like a dragon, but because it's a dynamic camo, and what I mean by that is it kind of moves a little bit on your gun. You can kind of see different color changes throughout the camo on your gun when you're playing, and I just really like that effect. Not too many other camos have that, and the only problem with that camo, though, is that it was really bright and it would give away your position a lot, so despite the fact that I bought it, I didn't use it too much. But moving on to number 6, and that's the scale camo from Ghost. The reason I like this one is mostly just because of its color. I really like the green color along with the scale type look that the Dragon camo had. It doesn't have too much else going for it aside from that you don't really have to work for it. There are some challenges on different guns they have to do, but none of them are too difficult. Number 5 is the Warcry camo from Ghost as well, and I like this one kind of because it shows off something that you've done with the game again. How you get this one is you get into the Diamond Division in the Clan Wars, and then you win one Clan War, and that unlocks it for you, and I believe you keep it no matter if you leave the clan or stay in it or whatever. But aside from that, I just like the yellow coloring and the design it has. It's a pretty unique and interesting design. Number 4 is the Pack-a-Punch camo from Black Ops 2, another DLC camo. And I'm a really big Zombies fan, that's why I like this one and the camo I'm going to be talking about after it. But this camo is based around the buried Pack-a-Punch camo. When you Pack-a-Punch your weapon, it puts that camo on in Zombies, and they decide to add as a DLC camo in Black Ops 2. The next one is the weaponized 115 camo, also from Black Ops 2 and also from DLC. It recently came out actually after Ghost release. I don't know how many of you guys know it, but they did release 4 other camos and this was one of them. This camo is based around the Origin Zombies map, Pack-a-Punch camo as well. Also what happens when you pack-a-punch your weapon on that map. Like I said, I'm a really big Zombies fan, so I really enjoy this. But the difference between this one and the Zombies camo is that the camo in the Zombies map was blue and this one is green. I think I like the blue a little bit better just because I like blue as a color more than green. However, they're both cool camos either way. The penultimate camo is the Diamond camo from Black Ops 2. This one also kind of shows off a challenge that you've done. How you get this one is you'd have to get the camos from all the other guns in that class. For instance, if you wanted on the SMGs, you'd have to go through each SMG and do all the headshot challenges and the challenges that follow those headshot challenges to get the gold camo, and you have to do that for each SMG to get diamond for the SMGs. And it took a lot of work, except for snipers and shotguns. I think those are pretty easy to get them on. But for the ARs, the LMGs, the SMGs, even the pistols, all those were really tricky to get. It took, I think, around 400 plus headshots at least, depending on what class you're going for. I say 400 because that's about how much it took for the pistols. And then you'd have to do some of the other challenges. So it's just a pretty difficult camo to get, time consuming, and I just think it looks really cool. The last camo that I have on my list is the Spectrum camo from Ghosts. There's a couple different reasons why I like this one. The first and foremost being that it's zebra based. As I mentioned on the Party Rock camo, I do like zebras quite a bit. So what's better than rainbow zebras? Another reason I like this is because it's really hard to get a hold of. You'd either have to pay somebody that has a code for it, or you'd have to be working at Best Buy, Microsoft, GameStop, or Target, I believe, were all the places. You'd be an employee from there, and then you fill out a survey and they'd give you a code to use. Either way, it's pretty hard to get a hold of, especially now that a lot of the codes for it have already been used, and the people that have cared to take the survey for it have already done that, and the people that don't haven't. And that's probably the biggest reason I like it, is just because so few people have it. That's some of the reason that I went for Diamond Pistols in Black Ops 2. I just like having unique things and things that other people don't have near as much as some of the other camos that you can just buy or that came with the game. But that's pretty much my list. I do have an honorable mention for the Makarov camo in Ghosts. The only reason this wasn't in my top 10 was because it has the guy's face on it. But otherwise, I really like it as a camo. I like the coloring and design, and I did like MW2, and that's really what they based it around. But that's pretty much it for the topic. Put in the comments what your favorite camo is from any of the Call of Duties. I'm pretty interested to see what you guys have to say. Be sure to check out Rinaldi's channel. If you're not subbed already, you should be. Especially if you're a free-for-all player, you should really enjoy the content over there. You can check out my channel as well if you enjoyed the commentary. The links to both of our channels will be in the description below. As always, be sure to like the video, support the Doom Clan, and I will catch you all on my next commentary here on the Doom Clan channel.
Ready for your goal. Friendly MOAB incoming.
Ooh.